KGW News, Portland's mayor bending to pressure from the Trump administration to drop diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Plus, in Vancouver, neighbors in shock after deputies say a man broke into his parents' house and threatened to kill them.
It's scary to hear 4 gunshots go off last night when we're all trying to get tucked in bed.
And we hear from the Portland-based aid group on their struggles to get food to people starving in Gaza.
This is not a logistics problem. It's not a coordination problem. This is a political problem.
A special edition of KGW News starts now. Thanks for joining us on this special edition of KGW News. I'm Christine Pitawanich. Our top story tonight, Portland Mayor Keith Wilson has ordered the city to adjust its diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, policies. It comes after months of pressure from the Trump administration. Alma McCarty joins us live now from the newsroom. Alma, give us a breakdown of the mayor's order.
Yeah, Christine, the mayor signed an executive order ensuring the city programs and policies do not violate federal anti-discrimination law, as likely to be interpreted by the current federal judiciary. I'm told this doesn't mean the elimination of DEI altogether. Rather, the city making changes where necessary to comply with the Trump administration's orders. Now, this is a copy of that executive order, which went into effect earlier today. This means that city programs and services cannot give preference to groups with protected class status based on characteristics such as race or gender. It's a response to Trump's executive order signed a day after the president was sworn into office, an order going after diversity, equity, and inclusion policies across the nation. Now, the mayor said in a statement that this decision, while challenging, is in the best interest of Portlanders, since millions of dollars in grants from the federal government are on the line. Losing that funding, he said, would harm the very people many of our city programs are designed to help. In Portland, we believe in diversity, we believe in equity, and we believe in inclusion. We say those words proudly, Wilson said. We will continue to operate the vast majority of programs designed to help all Portlanders, including people of color, immigrants, women, LGBTQ+ people, and people with disabilities. He says some organizations and jurisdictions have purged some or all references to DEI and eliminated offices and jobs. That, the mayor believes, goes too far. We'll have more from city councilors tonight at 11. Christine?
Looking forward to seeing your report at 11. Thank you, Alma. A grand jury has indicted a Gresham police officer on dozens of charges related to sexual conduct with an underage girl. Hector Carranza was arrested this afternoon. He faces charges including rape, sex abuse, and using a child in display of sexually explicit conduct, among others. Carranza has been with Gresham Police since 2014. In a statement, Gresham Police said they first received a complaint back in November of last year. The department immediately placed Carranza on leave and requested an outside agency to investigate. Oregon State Police and the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office are handling the case. To Vancouver, where tonight there is an investigation into a deadly police shooting. Investigators say a Clark County deputy shot and killed a man who broke into his parents' home and threatened to kill them. Celine Stevens spoke with neighbors and has the latest.
The Clark County Sheriff's Office said the parent of that man said that their son was high, drunk, and was going to kill them. They said he broke into their home and was armed. Now that man is dead and an investigation is underway.
It's just heart-wrenching.
I feel bad. I mean, I really just had never even known.
Before 11 Wednesday night, the Clark County Sheriff's Office and the Vancouver Police Department responded to a report from a parent who said their son broke the front door of their home and was inside, threatening to kill them.
My bathroom window was open, so I could hear at that point some screaming, some loud yelling outside.
The parent told first responders their son had been drinking, was high on meth, and armed.
It's alarming. We could hear sirens all over town.
That man then left the home near East 27th and 8th Street, and then authorities spotted him in nearby Uptown, reporting he still had a gun on him. 10 minutes after the initial 911 call, the man was shot by a Clark County deputy.
But it doesn't feel like much happens out here in downtown Vancouver, at least on this scale.
Now, the Washington State Office of Independent Investigations is stepping in.
Our investigation determines the facts of the situation, and we're trying to find answers to the questions everyone has when something like this happens.
This is the third incident they've investigated in Clark County since December.
Clark County no longer has any involvement in the investigation. That's by design. Neighbors
telling me they heard some of it unfold.
He was saying, "Oh, you did this to me. Why did you do this to me?"
There was police activity. The lady that was across the street, she was standing in the yard talking to the police officers. We could tell she was really upset.
And that this is usually a quiet neighborhood.
For the most part, I really enjoy living here and it's pretty safe.
According to KWSO, that deputy was placed on critical incident leave, which is protocol in these situations. The OII says they have 120 days to complete their investigation, and they will be the ones to provide updates on this incident. In Vancouver, Celine Stevens, KGW News.
Now to an update on a deadly police shooting in Springfield, Oregon. 2 officers who were stabbed yesterday afternoon are now out of the hospital recovering from their injuries. Investigators say it all started with a report of a man acting disorderly inside a car wash on Gateway Street. They say the man attacked the officers, and while he was being arrested, a Springfield officer shot him. New tonight in Corvallis, officers were called to a cougar sighting in the Witham Hill area today. This photo was taken near Northwest John Place and Sunview Drive. Police say the cougar killed a small deer and then buried it underneath a porch. That behavior, they say, indicates the big cat may stick around. Oregon's Department of Fish and Wildlife is responding and are warning people in the area to keep their pets inside. Okay, let's take a step outside. A live look from our Wells Fargo Skycam this Thursday evening. A beautiful day at that. We are now transitioning, though, into some cooler weather. Let's hand it over to Chief Meteorologist Matt Sfino for a look at what's in store. Hey, Matt.
Hi, Christine. Yeah, we've got scattered clouds out there. Same thing up at the Cascades right now, at least the northern Oregon Cascades. That's Timberline. It's down to 59 degrees there. The winds are picking up a bit, too. A lot of thunderstorm activity around the state. Look at all the lightning strikes. Just in a half an hour, we had over 200 here. One swarm in southwest Oregon. Very active storms in northeast Oregon, though, here. And these storms have been producing heavy rainfall. I've seen as much as about a half an inch. Some of the mountain locations up in the Wallowas. Not a great night to be backpacking or horsebacking up in the Wallowa Mountains right now with the storms and the rain falling there. Raining in Baker City, too, and the winds are gusty. Now, we've got a flash flood warning out here just southwest of Baker City because we've been getting heavy rain right over the Durkee Fire burn scar. That was a fire that burned last year. Heavy rain on burn scars. There's not much vegetation to hold the soil, so you can get mudslides, debris flows, very heavy runoff, and that continues for another little bit till 8:15. So active night east of the Cascades. Also have fire weather concerns as well through this area. Some of that overlaying the same areas that have the flash flood watch out because we can get lightning and gusty winds outside the rain areas of those thunderstorms. So again, very active evening east of the Cascades. For us, we're going to see mainly sunny weather on Friday. These clouds will clear. It's going to get warmer tomorrow with the sunshine, but not too warm. And that'll be the case for the weekend, too. Sunny, warm, but not too hot. We'll have details on all this for you in a bit, Christine.
Sounds good. Thank you, Matt. To the latest on the conflict in Gaza, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today to try to salvage ceasefire talks and to tackle the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, with many images coming out of the region that show people starving. Locally, Portland-based Mercy Corps says it has pallets of aid for Gaza but needs permission to deliver it. And right now, pressure is increasing on Israel to end a growing crisis by getting Palestinians in Gaza food and other life-sustaining aid. Mercy Corps says it has more than 1,300 pallets of aid sitting in Jordan and Egypt ready to be delivered. But the International Humanitarian Organization says for months they have not been allowed to provide that aid to people suffering in Gaza.
So this is not a logistics problem. It's not a coordination problem. This is a political problem because we have unfortunately seen Israel blocking aid and commercial goods to only a tiny trickle getting into Gaza over the last several months.
So Crosby says food kits have been sitting so long that some of it has expired and they've been forced to throw it out. New tonight, Portland police have arrested the suspect who allegedly shot and killed 47-year-old Olance Upton back in 2021. Police announced that arrest today. Isaac Hardin Sr. is facing a second-degree murder charge, among others. Upton's body was found near Southeast Clatsop Street and 147th Avenue. In the Dalles, police are trying to get to the bottom of a disturbing find. Someone found human remains in an abandoned storage locker. It was first reported Tuesday morning from the person who bought the locker. After searching the U-Haul facility on West 6th Street, law enforcement confirmed the remains were human. The state medical examiner will now release the person's identity after an autopsy. And tonight, we've got an alert for people in Lincoln County. The Oregon Health Authority has issued a health advisory for Ekman Lake. It's due to the presence of cyanobacteria bloom, commonly known as blue-green algae. People should avoid swimming and doing high-speed activities like water skiing there. And also keep children and pets away from the area.
You know, you just got to have the faith that you can battle to get things back.
Still to come here at 8, a tribal radio station in Oregon doing all they can to stay on the air after massive funding cuts. Plus, 4 shots, 4 goals. Rolando Sanchez has more on the Portland Timbers' first match in the League's Cup and the high bar they've set. We'll be right back. Welcome back. In Central Oregon, a tribal radio station is fighting to survive after losing nearly half of its funding through federal cuts that President Trump's requested. KWSO is the voice of Warm Springs, a place for music, news, and connection. For the community, there's a lot at stake. Evan Watson brings us their story.
KWSO HD1, Warm Springs. This is KWSO News. I'm Samayakan Allen.
The Oregon Fish and Wildlife Commission is revisiting a 2023 agreement with the Grand Round Tribe concerning hunting and fishing rights across Northwest Oregon.
Broadcasting from a hill, high on the Warm Springs Reservation in Central Oregon, home to 3 confederated tribes.
We're a small station in a small place, a little off the beaten path.
The KWSO radio station airs free music and news every hour, every day.
We do our own local newscasts, and we can cover Warm Springs better than anybody.
Local reporters share what's happening in a community that can feel isolated.
That's who's doing recording language lessons. That's who's doing interviews with elders. In rural Oregon, and probably rural America, mainstream media doesn't necessarily show up unless something very bad has happened.
Sue Matters is the station manager.
We operate on about $600,000 a year is our full budget. And so, 40% of that would be CPB.
40% of the station's budget that's now gone. Congress voted to approve President Trump's request to claw back more than $1 billion for public broadcasting across the country. Money that helped fund stations like KWSO.
I don't think people hate public radio at all. And certainly we don't even hardly sound like public radio. It's the national political narrative.
The federal cuts threaten the jobs of 2 of the 6 KWSO employees. Matters says she's determined to save them, but the station will have to sacrifice.
We're going to have to move forward, and tribal people are kind of used to having to do that. Have you done the KWSO online survey yet?
On Thursdays at the Warm Springs Pavilion.
We've got some radishes, some carrots, some beets, and some fresh lettuce. It's free to take.
A community market offers the traditional and the unexpected.
We have some the single rifle cases, and then we have a double one.
This week, free gun safes, part of a violence prevention campaign.
So the safety is a big thing, especially for our Native people on our lands.
And the community radio station is there too.
You are a fan. Thank you.
Paige Hurtado works for a clean drinking water project in Warm Springs. He just ran a survey.
One of those questions was, how does the majority of people get their news sources? And the most popular answer was actually our local radio station. It's more than just like music, right? Like it's all of this like news and information in real time. And you start to take that away, then our community is going to continue to be crippled, disjointed, and lack access.
Caroline Cruz, a tribal leader, says the station has the community's trust.
We had the 2 major fires going on just this past weekend. We know if we tune in to KWSO, they're going to have the most up-to-date information.
For some, it's personal.
Because the local news, for one thing, it's home. They interviewed my dad a long time ago. So every once in a while on Veterans Day, I get to hear his voice. It means a lot.
Which include Warm Springs, Yakima Nation.
Without federal funding, Matters is determined to keep KWSO on the air.
100% we are going to continue to operate. It's just at what level.
She'll have to make cuts, and she expects to lose access to national news and tribal networks.
Native America Calling in National Native News, and those are programs that people here love and tune in for like every day at 10 o'clock.
Leaving the high desert at risk of becoming a news desert.
There'll be like a void where probably incorrect information will grow.
She says for the tribal-owned station, the challenge feels familiar.
It's like nothing new for Indian country. I mean, Indian country is usually the last people to get things from the federal government.
A fight for a radio station known as much for providing community updates.
Like when they do the news, it's our friend telling us the news.
As providing community tables at the Thursday market.
That's not going to stop us. I mean, as Indian people, we are very resilient. I mean, we just survive. We go on.
Evan Watson, KGW News.
Yeah, it's clear that local radio station treasured and trusted.
Yeah,
for sure.
vital for that community, as is the case in many rural communities. Hate to see those cuts hit that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about weather because we're changing into that cooler pattern.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because we haven't really hit very many 100.
We haven't hit
it
100
all,
yet,
really.
but we did have an above average number of 90-degree days here in the month of July.
So I guess it balances.
And tomorrow will be a little bit warmer than today, but then we'll see a gradual cooling trend after that. Let's take you to the Oregon coast, which is looking rather beautiful right now, right?
Wow. That's like out of a movie or a painting or something.
Nice pastels.
I know, beautiful.
Yeah, a little sunset color on the marine layer clouds that are hugging Cascade Head right now. It's chilly, 61 degrees, and they're reporting fog at Lincoln City right now. No surprise there. And the wind is a little bit brisk, gusting to 20 miles an hour, but still pretty good looking day. 80 was our eventual high today, and we barely made it. Just had enough of the thinning of the clouds late in the day to allow us to warm up. You see where we had fewer clouds down the valley where it got warmer. Nearly 90 in Eugene and Roseburg. Medford made the 90s. So did Pendleton. So did Baker City. But boy, it's raining in Baker City now. The temperatures are in the 50s. You can see the clouds blossom with these thunderstorms in the afternoon. And again, on Doppler radar, big swirl. Eastern Oregon, Central Oregon, not so much here in the northern Cascades, and that's fine. We can miss out on thunderstorms. Overall, still, the southerly flow is over us, and that's where this moisture has come from. And we'll see the thunderstorm activity decrease and move farther east tomorrow, but it's been a pretty busy day. Speaking of busy, the tropics beginning to get busy as well. We had the two tropical systems south of Hawaii a couple days ago, Hurricane Iona and Tropical Storm Keely. But those are weakening and moving away. Now we've got a new one, Gil, formed in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean. Should become a hurricane tomorrow. Winds right now about 60 miles an hour, but it is moving to the northwest out to sea, and it'll be a hurricane for a bit and then begin to weaken as it encounters cooler water yet again. In case you're wondering about the naming, Gil is what, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th on the list. The next four, Henriette, Evo, Juliet, and Kiko. In case you're wondering, no Christine on the list this year. All right, here's what it looks like for us. You see the thunderstorm activity again popping up tomorrow afternoon in southern Oregon and again Saturday afternoon while we have onshore flow. It's going to keep us on the cooler side over the weekend. And a little batch of showers potentially on Sunday as another weather system moves into our south. Coast may get some drizzle out of that. I think we stay dry. But as we go into Wednesday, a better chance of rain. You see, this is a more widespread and larger area of precipitation coming our way. So we'll see. I doubt we get a whole lot of rain, but I think we'll see a few showers towards the middle of next week. Clouds in Portland right now, it is 76, freezing level 12,700 feet. On the Oregon coast, mostly sunny tomorrow after the morning clouds, and again in the 60s. For the valleys, warms up tomorrow, 88 across the board, lows in the 50s though, so pretty tolerable for most of the day. Cascades, scattered thunderstorms overnight, especially down south, then partly sunny tomorrow. Central and eastern Oregon, overnight storms and showers, and then partly sunny. 90 in Pendleton, but you'll be cooling off too as we go to the weekend. For the gorge, mostly sunny. A morning shower or storm is possible, especially out around the Dalles. And the onshore flow will pick up tomorrow. It'll be a good weekend for the windsurfers and kiteboarders. Cloudy tonight in Portland, and then mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 85. So again, we jump up a little bit tomorrow, Christine. 83 Saturday, then 4 days in a row where we see highs in the 70s with that shower activity coming in on Wednesday.
Yeah, comfortable. Can't complain. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, you bet.
Well, coming up, turning baseball dreams into reality. Meet the Murray Hill All-Stars, just a few wins away from the Little League World Series. You really don't want to miss it. And a quick reminder, we are getting organized for the KGW School Supply Drive, and we would love your help. Just go to kgw.com/school to sign up your business or organization to be an official school supply drive collection site. Help us collect school supplies and send thousands of kids and teachers in our area back to class with all the tools they need. Again, kgw.com/school to help. We'll be right back.
fact, from now until February, there's a game every week, starting with the NFL's annual Hall of Fame game. You saw it right here on KGW, the Chargers and Lions kicking off the preseason in Canton, Ohio. The Stars sitting this one out, including Oregon Ducks great Justin Herbert. Speaking of former Ducks, Nico Reed doing his part to stick in the league, securing the interception. The Chargers forced 4 turnovers. Trey Lance tossed a couple of TDs en route to a 34-7 victory for the Bolts. The Portland Timbers opened League's Cup with a bang, serving up a 4-0 shutout against Atlético San Luis last night, setting the tone for the rest of the tournament. The only thing that went wrong was David da Costa leaving the match with an apparent shoulder injury. Head coach Phil Neville says it isn't serious. So it's 1 down, 2 to go to clinch a spot in the knockout round. The Timbers host Querétaro Saturday. The League's Cup is a 36-team competition featuring clubs from MLS and Mexico's Liga MX. Straight out of Beaverton and representing the state of Oregon, the All-Stars of Murray Hill Little League are going back to Cali to compete at regionals, 1 step away from the Little League World Series. There's something special.
The chemistry, and we've played together for so long.
Brewing in Beaverton.
Let's go, Bailey. Here we go, bud. We're all like friends. We all have great bonds together. Just will never be broken.
The Murray Hill All-Stars refuse to lose.
We can say we're the best in the state, and that's something that not a lot of people can say.
Running the table to a state title.
It means a lot because our team has been wanting to do this. We were dreaming since 10U to represent Oregon, and we've seen other Murray Hill teams go.
Qualifying for the Little League Baseball Regionals in San Bernardino, California.
It's a really special experience for us because we get to go to hotels, trade pins with other teams, and get lots of special stuff.
Fun is in the forecast.
Can't imagine what the plane ride and the experience is going to be like. Team's very excited. We're going to have a fun time.
These 12-year-olds will take on the top teams from Washington, Idaho, and Alaska.
We just got to win for our state, have fun, make sure the job gets done.
The winner of the Northwest region clinches a trip to the Little League World Series.
I've been watching Little League World Series ever since I was able to understand the TV and always dreamed of being on the big screen, and our dream may finally come true, but 1 game at a time is all we can focus on, and we'll be ready.
Murray Hill on 3! 1, 2, 3, Murray Hill!
Game 1 against Idaho Sunday night. ESPN Plus will stream it. If you'd like to help the team with travel costs, they've got a GoFundMe. Just search Murray Hill Little League.
What an experience. Wow.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're like,
great.
they're going to remember this forever when they're grown.
They're excited about just staying in the hotel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the little
super
things, man.
cool.
Yeah.
And how great that anybody can watch it streaming on ESPN Plus, like you said.
Yeah, I think they're going to have over 80 games, something like that.
Whoa.
Between regionals and then the
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of cool weather on the way.
Yeah, cooler.
Cooler.
Yeah, we warm up tomorrow, though. We'll actually be warmer than today by about 5 degrees. We'll get up to 85. As the clouds clear, we have sunshine, a little bit cooler on Saturday, then 4 days in a row in the 70s.
Hey, looking good. Thanks, guys. By the way, you can always stream KGW on your schedule. Just download the free KGW Plus TV app on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Hope to see you right back here at 11.